Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your end of September 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. So I just did Aquarius's reading, and I was saying, I'm recording this on Saturday night, September 18th, and I was just thinking, yeah, I think I am feeling that full moon energy coming in a couple days before it's exact. And I was thinking, are you guys feeling it? Is it even something that you're feeling, or is it just you think that other people are just thinking that they're feeling it? I think it's going to get even stronger. Usually what happens when there's a full moon, I feel like this sense of like a soft blanket enveloping me. It's a very kind of fine feeling. Like when I say fine, I mean it's very subtle and comforting, but it's not this intense feeling. It's just very comfortable. And maybe it's not always like that. Maybe that sometimes there's more agitation, but I think like a Pisces full moon, it can be very pleasant in that sense. So this is going to fall in your fifth house, and that's the house of romance and creativity. So there could be some developments in either one of these areas for you. We'll see what the cards seem to suggest. What did I get? The Queen of Cups. That's the artist and the psychic, I should have known. I was going to say, well, if I get this, but I wasn't thinking. I was thinking more of maybe I wasn't really thinking of anything, but now that I think about it, like the Moon card. Okay. Well, these are actually very nice cards, especially some of these. Now, there are people, I don't know if right now a lot of people are leaving their jobs, or, if it's just par for the course at this time of year. That's a transitionary period. But there's energy here that suggests like some kind of new job or job offer. So maybe this message is specific to those people. We'll see. The heart of the matter is the Queen of Cups. This is the psychic, the mother, the artist, that nurturing energy, that psychic energy, that creative energy. And as the heart of the matter, this can be something that's on your heart, that is something that you really might want, but perhaps it's not easy for you to articulate or feel comfortable going after. And the reason somebody might not feel comfortable going after those dreams is because they're afraid of what other people are going to think or say. They don't know if they have what it takes. They're worried that their money situation is going, even if they have money saved, that's going to dwindle down, and then they won't have anything, and then they'll be behind the 8 ball. There's so many things that people think of when they are contemplating changing their life pretty radically, you could say. But what is it that they're thinking? They're not thinking, oh gosh, I'm going to be so happy. They typically will think of all the negative things, the things that could go wrong, instead of what could go right, what could improve in their life. So I definitely, I'm not like somebody who likes to give advice. I really don't. I try not to, because it's not my place. You have free will, and you have to assume responsibility for your life. But I do point out certain things, like for instance, like if you are unhappy, there's no amount of vacation time, or even if you make a good living, that's going to make up for your unhappiness. I remember I was working a job where I got more time off than the average job in the United States does. And I thought that was like, wow, even though that I wasn't high on the totem pole, I thought that was great. But when I got those holidays or those weeks, whatever the time that we got off during the time I worked there, I realized that there's never enough free days for you to not hate something that you hate. In other words, you could get 6 weeks off a year, 10 weeks off a year, but if you really don't like what you're doing, it's going to feel so hard to accomplish altogether, because eventually you'll have to go back. So if you feel a strong calling to be in a healing career versus, let's say, you work in healthcare and you want a healing career, then you have to be the one to take that plunge, if you will. In the past position, we have the Two of Pentacles, and this can be that dualistic, or maybe somebody who's juggling two jobs, juggling work and school, or receiving a job offer, especially overseas. That's one of the aspects. I don't think it has to be. It's just that it might be far away, over a body of water. And in that case, if it is somewhere far away, that can also lead to oh man, I don't know if I want to go all the way to such and such place, Very understandable. Especially since you're a fixed sign. I was just doing Aquarius, like I said, and I was saying the same thing to Aquarius. The higher message is the Six of Swords. This is a card of moving away from stressful or stressful situations, and choosing peace in your life. And this is an important spiritual lesson type of card, because and I was just thinking about this for myself, and I was thinking about how I have been exposing myself, and this isn't just recently, but for years, to a website that I find very, reading what people have said, it's very negative all the time. It seems almost like relentlessly negative. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why are you doing this? I'm really starting to tune into, what am I feeding myself? So that I realized tonight, I was just thinking about that, and I was thinking, I am I must be attracted to that negativity on some level. Even if it's to say, oh, wow, look at how negative they are. And maybe the ego, Eckhart Tolle loves to talk about that, how the ego will, like to feel proud of being superior to others. And I wouldn't take it that far with me, but definitely interested in that type of mentality. And it's just very poisonous to expose yourself to environments, even if it's a cyber environment, that is always negative. And it's a shame. There used to be, well, I'm not going to, go off on a tangent, but I'll just say about that Six of Swords is, look at how you're very kind of you're bonding to a negative experience, and maybe it's full of drama, but it allows you, that's another thing, drama in relationships allows you, it's kind of like an exorcism. It allows you to purge that, because somebody triggers anger within you, and then you have a target. So when you see people and they might have a very volatile relationship and they might even fight with one another, they're really trying to project their inner rage onto that other person. And if the other person is game and they're not threatened by it, it can actually be therapeutic in a twisted sort of way. But other than that, I mean, eventually it just is self-perpetuating negativity, and you don't need that in your life. And that's what the Six of Swords is basically saying. What crosses you is the King of Pentacles. This is that boss energy, but this is in the challenge position, so it's someone, I think, oh, you know, it's funny, I think, yeah, in the other reading, I got the King of Cups. That's funny. In the reading I did right before yours, the King of Cups was in the center position, and I mentioned the King of Pentacles. So, this can be a situation where you are, and of course, you are a water sign, Scorpio, so Queen of Cups, cups is water, where you're surrounded by these pentacles, Two of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. And you might be someone who is going through a spiritual awakening. That's one of the big ones that could be happening. You know, you're naturally psychic just because you're a water sign. But if you're going through some kind of spiritual upgrade and, you know, spiritual awakening, you're going to be more sensitive and more receptive to spiritual influences than you ever have before. So if you were typically very attracted to money and, you know, making a lot of money and all that kind of stuff, worldly things, you just may lose interest in that. And yet you might be working with co-workers, a boss. The King of Pentacles is going to be the boss who sees you as a commodity, sees you as someone that they're looking to push as much profit as they can get out of you. And even then, they won't probably be satisfied. So it just becomes this thing where you're trying to gain that, maybe that approval so that you can get a raise or something. That's what typically the trap that people get into. It's like they get that little reward of a raise for a job well done, maybe once a year, and they are in situations where they might feel quite stressed or just not really like they have a lot to, they can rest and stuff like that, and yet you may have a boss who's like, you can't stop now, I have to make a profit here. And the Six of Swords could even be saying that if you have a sense of limitation, like I have to keep this job because there's nothing else out there, you just haven't lived in enough places to know that that's false. So there might be other, if you live in the United States, for instance, there might be other states that are doing a lot of business. I'm talking about now, continuing with the shutdown. There are certain states where things are slowing down because there's more shutdowns again. But other states that never shut down, some of them may see a lot of people who are employed, who are making money, maybe making good money, and everything is flowing. And that might be some place where you find more success. But I'm saying, Queen of Cups, it might be that you're not really as interested in the material side, but more your emotional nature, your spiritual nature. And the King of Pentacles can be quite crass in their worldview, and of course that can affect you because they might be putting pressure on you. What's coming in is the Ace of Pentacles. This can be some kind of a new job or new money coming to you, a windfall. The portal, that indicates what the ace represents, which is new beginnings with a new job or new income stream. That's the other one. Not putting all your eggs into one basket, but diversifying and having another source of income that might, in time, become your main source of income. Might have a creative nature, too. And the outcome is the Eight of Wands. So this is like fast-paced events, maybe a breakthrough where you have been kind of like playing small. The fire is expansive, and you just break through some kind of a barrier, and then all of a sudden, it's like you've known it all along. Ooh, that sounds really good. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care.